today. Today is Friday, and this video is actually going to go up today as soon as I'm done and I edit it and I can upload it. So it'll probably take like 3 years, but it'll be up today. I spent at least 2 hours yesterday trying to film a video that I've been wanting to film for a while, and I just couldn't get my thoughts together for it, so we're holding off on it until I can get my brain to wrap around the subject. Anyways, after giving up on that video, I started to clean because I've been in a super cleaning mode this week. Literally the first time in my life. It's a miracle. But I'm hardcore cleaning our bedroom, and I come across this thing that I created probably about 8 months ago now. Back in August, we had all of our patient coaches come to our office for my job, and our patient coaches are mainly ostomy patients. And I wanted to provide education about all the different supplies available because some were newer, some were more experienced, and maybe had just used 1 or 2 types of bags their entire ostomy career. But I also wanted to show them what was available to the patients that they spoke to too. So I made a binder with a pretty wide array of ostomy supplies. You can see how thick this thing is. I don't know which way to turn it. I'm looking at my TV screen here. But I made a binder full of supplies that I thought might be interesting to know about. So I thought I would share that today. And you guys can tell me what you think. It is very rough. I definitely need to like do a nice version of this, but I wanted to just have something really quick. I did it totally last minute. So let me know your thoughts on it, and let me know what I can add, what I can get rid of, you know, how you think I should design this, because I would love to have something, you know, just available, ready to take wherever. So I can do some teaching. Education is my favorite thing. I love educating people about it, and so I love this kind of stuff. I'm actually working on an education program now, teaching about supplies and stuff, so your input would be very useful. Okay, so we're gonna open it up, and I'm gonna smack myself in the face. Let me not do that. But the first page that you see here is actually an article from Vegan Ostomy. Eric over at Vegan Ostomy writes a blog as well as makes YouTube videos. And on his blog, he has this awesome resource of manufacturers for ostomy supplies and free samples. So it's not just for the United States, it's for, I think, all countries. He's actually living in Canada, so there's a lot of Canadian companies on here as well. But look at how awesome this is. So I wanted to provide this to our patient coaches so they could either get free samples for themselves or they could offer something to our patients. The next few pages are going to be different types of ostomy bags. These are all ones that I've ordered as samples or just used to use in the past. So I keep a lot of this stuff around. If you guys have supplies that you're not using and you're not intending on using them for education purposes, I'll put a couple of resources down below where you can actually donate your supplies so other patients who don't have the access to ostomy supplies can get some free supplies. So the first bag I have here is a clip-ended drainable pouch, one piece. You can see I wrote it in Sharpie like last minute. Just freaking like, I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like somebody stepped on this. It's been through a battle here, but actually, you know what I think it was? I had this in my suitcase, and TSA on the way back must have gone through my suitcase. They decided they were going to inspect it because there was a little notice in my suitcase afterwards, but maybe they screwed this up. Maybe they stepped on it. Let's blame it on them. Let's not blame it on me. Anyway, this bag has a clip end. You don't see that too often anymore. I used to be a clipper, but it's not super common just because they are not as reliable as Velcro. Alright, so coming to the next bag here, we have a Velcro ended drainable pouch. This one is by Marlin, which is I believe that's an Australian company. So it is clear on the front because you can actually see the wafer through it. And the next one is another Marlin. This is a convex bag, and it is super convex. And this is actually not even their most convex bag. I have one that like wouldn't fit in the binder. It was so convex. Look at that. Can you focus on the bag and not my face? Thanks, camera. I'm like trying to show you. So yeah, look at that guy. But if you need hardcore convexity, this is the company to go to. I was amazed by how large or how protruding the flanges were on these guys. It's incredible. All right, we will come to the next page here. We have a nozzle-ended drainable pouch. That one might be Marlin as well. This is like a pretty intense nozzle. Oh, what's this? Oh, I have a convex wafer apparently in there too. This must be a two-piecer. Yeah, this is a two-piece guy. So you can see that nozzle on the end there is pretty intense. It looks like this bag is a adhesive two-piece. So this is a little backing that you peel off and you stick onto the wafer. I don't prefer them at all. I do not like them. The first one I tried was Salts, and I love Salts. They're amazing. Their bags are amazing. They make amazing quality things. But I just could not for the life of me get a good stick. There would always be a little tunnel and it would just leak. I understand why they do adhesive two pieces. It gives the bag a little bit more flexibility, like the wafer, because when you start getting the Tupperware seal on a two-piece bag, it makes it much more rigid, and so people that can't necessarily use a flat bag wind up having to use convex things when they don't need to. All right, the next one is also a nozzle-ended one, and this is by Salts. And this is a one-piece bag. This one's kind of cool. I like the design of that. I feel like you could tuck it up like that. It's probably made to do that, is it? I might be making things up, but that's what I would do. I would like tuck it up in there. This is more for a urostomy care though, I believe. Or you could use it if you have very thin output. That's the amazing thing too, is that when you really like start learning about ostomies, you know, it's not just ileostomy, colostomies, urostomies. There are so many different types. I've had patients with vesicostomies, which are really cool. I've had patients with cecostomies, I might be saying that wrong, which basically allows you to flush out the colon, so it's used in constipation. There are also mucus fistulas, which you can bag just like an ostomy. I've done that before. They make little tiny baby bags. They're really useful for that, so it's very cool. I'm definitely in the right field. I find all that so interesting. The next one I have is a two-piece pouch with drainable and non-drainable pouch. So it's a Hollister. It's actually what I used to use. I started with the drainable pouch like this. They do make that, and I know there are a few people. I want to say that Amber Wallace on Ostomy Diaries uses this. If I can get this back in, I think she does. That's what it looks like in her photos. Don't quote me on it, but I think I'm right. I can give you the number of this bag. It's Hollister 18123. This is 2 1/4 ring size. I don't have the flange number, unfortunately. I'm sorry. All right, the next one here is a one-piece close-ended pouch. And you're probably like, a one-piece close-ended pouch? You're not saying that though if you have a colostomy. You're like, oh yeah, like I do that. These are really great for colostomates who might only have output once a day, maybe not even that often. You know, it's just very low profile. I used to buy them for the beach. I used to have them. But the problem with it is you can really irritate your skin by ripping off the adhesive that often. So that's why us ileostomates don't use that. We be changing our bag all day long. My colon is going crazy right now and I'm trying to breathe through it. Stop it! Hold on, colon, I'm doing a video. Okay, the next page I have skin barriers and adhesive removers. So I will show you what I have in here. Oh my gosh, some of this stuff is so old. So I have the Salts Healthcare Wipe Away Adhesive Remover Wipes. Sorry, it looks, stop focusing on my face camera. It looks really old and gross, I'm sorry. I have the Safe and Simple ones. Oh, this is totally from when I first got my ostomy. This is Reliamed, look at that. Ah! This is Trio Nail Tack. This is the old one, and you guys, if you watched my medical storage video, you'll see the new packaging for it. It's black and it has, I think it's still purple for the adhesive remover and green for the skin barrier. But then the next one I have is just the Hollister Skin Protective Wipe. And that's pretty much all I have in that slot. Then we move over to the filters and the vents in this one. So yeah, here we go. Right next door we have the Old Diamonds gelling sachets, which are now the pearls. I've got some filters. I remember these filters. You can kind of see. Sorry, they're white, so it's not showing up super great. They were for a bag company that I'm not even sure exists anymore. They sent me samples to try and forgot to send the filter stickers. And that was a filter that needed stickers. Like, you probably shouldn't have had the filter on the bag because my friend and I were driving to Delaware to visit our other friend, and I was wearing a white t-shirt, and the filter completely, like, it leaked out of the filter, and I was so pissed. Okay, I have a little pamphlet from Nascent. I did a whole thing where I wasn't pronouncing it right. It's Nascent, I believe. And then I have a little, this guy does not have his packaging with him, but this is the Easy Vent. So you can kind of see, this you would stick onto your bag. There's a little bit of adhesive here, so you stick it on, you stick a pin through it, and then you can seal up your bag, but you can open it to kind of burp your bag. The next guy here is the Colomagic little liner for your bag, which you can kind of see it. I'm not going to take that out. And then I have a stoma measuring guide. This one is from Coloset. I think that was the bag that leaked. I think that was it. I don't even know if they exist anymore, to be honest. Okay, then I have ostomy sealants. So I have liquid paste here, which if you don't know, liquid paste, if you leave it out to dry, turns into a rock solid mass. So if you are trying to fill in gaps and stuff, I totally do not recommend using this because it becomes super uncomfortable. It's okay to use around your stoma because there's so much moisture, but as you go out towards, you know, closer to air, it just dries like a rock. If you want to fill in like a divot or whatever, I definitely recommend using something like a, can you see down, you know what, let me just take it out. I recommend something like a strip paste. They don't tend to solidify like like the liquid paste does. So I have these Dermacol thingies. I think this was a Salts product. I'm not sure they still sell it. But basically what it did is it wraps around the stoma. You stick it on and it has a little like turtleneck for your stoma. So that way you don't have leakage going right around where you cut your wafer. It's a very cool concept. And then I have a moldable seal from Salts. This is a major guy, look at that. So got that in here as well. I also have examples of flanges without tape border. I always used to prefer the ones with the tape border just because it gave a little bit extra security, a little fabric border. So if you had a leak, you had that second area where you could see the leak, but it wasn't out in the open yet. But these are some examples of ones that don't have that. Oh, and I guess that's it. That's all that's in my binder. So let me know your thoughts on this mess of a binder, my thrown together education materials. What do you think I should add? You know, there's a lot in there, but there's also so many other things that are missing. And tell me if you think there's a better, like, tangible way that I could organize this. I just used a binder because what else am I going to use? But yeah, alright guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be vlogging this weekend. We just had a meeting for our barn. That's why I'm up and dressed and have makeup on and it's only like 10 a.m. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video and watch out Monday for my weekend vlog. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.